Students, welcome to social science class. Today we will discuss about Aurangzeb. And who was Aurangzeb? Aurangzeb was the son of Shah Jahan, and he ascended the throne after killing his brother Dara Sukho. He also made his father Shah Jahan a prisoner at Agra fort. He ascended throne after killing brother, and he was given the title of Alamgir. Okay, he was described as Zinda Pir. Why he was described as Zinda Pir? Because he was a very simple person. He never wore costly robes, never used gold and silver vessels, and he was not in favor of taking money from the treasury. He copied the Quran and sewed caps and sold them for their personal purpose, and he earned money through selling caps. Aurangzeb's reign was marked by many revolts. He spent time, resources, and energy in crushing revolts against Marathas, Rajputas, as he was not like his father. Shah Jahan was very friendly with Rajputs, but he was not like his father. So, most of the time, he spent his resources in crushing the revolts against them. Next is he annexed many regions and fought many wars. Okay, Aurangzeb in his 49 years, he spent 24 years of his reign in the Deccan, and he was successfully annexing the states of Bijapur in 1686 and Golconda in 1687. Due to his unclear vision, Mughal Empire started decline. He was the last ruler of the great Mughal dynasty. After his death, the rulers were controlled by the successors of Aurangzeb were weak, corrupt, and inefficient. So after the death of Aurangzeb, there was the decline of Mughal Empire. So he was declared as the last ruler of the great Mughal dynasty. He did not patronize historians or writers. It means if we want to know more about Aurangzeb, there was not such books written by historians. Some of the valuable works were through which we can know about Aurangzeb was first is Alamgir Nama by Muhammad Qasim. Second is Nushkai Dilkusha by Bhimsen. And the next is Bhimsen Fatute Alamgiri by Ishwar Das. So these are the main points of Aurangzeb. Now after that, then comes to what was the type of administration in the Mughal dynasty administration. So position, first of all we will know about the position of the emperor in Mughal administration. Like all, at present, like the president is the head of the country and prime minister is ruling, making responsible for all the works. Similarly, like in the Mughal Empire, the emperor head controls the main power. Okay, he vested with the final authority. He was the head of all the main department. He was the chief executive, the commander in chief of the army, and the final dispenser of justice. Okay, so in the Mughal Empire, there are basically two primary and crucial duties. First is Jahanbani. Jahanbani means protection of the state, and Jahangiri means extension of the empire. And in order to control the administration, their main posts were created, like the main officials were emperor. Emperor. Who was emperor? He was the king of the empire. Next comes Wazir. Wazir is prime minister. Next comes Diwan, head of revenue department. Mir Bakshi, in charge of military. Khane Saman, who attended to the records needs of the royal households. Next comes Sadre Sadur, maintained records of grants and donations made by the emperor. And next comes Qazi, who was the chief judge. He was the chief judge who made decisions regarding the disputes. The next comes is the provincial administration. How was the provincial administration? Now look at this diagram. There is one empire. Okay, now in order to run the empire, the whole empire was divided into different subas. the whole empire was divided into different subas. Like this is an empire, and the empire is divided into subas. Like similar states. At present, the every state empire, our country, this is like, suppose this is our country, and we have divided the country into different states. Subas are basically states. And who is the head of the state? Governor. So head of the state is governor, similar, and they are called head subedar. The head of the suba is subedar. Now look at the next, subas. Now again the subas are further divided into districts. You know very well, each district is divided into different districts. Similarly, suba is divided into different districts, that is called sarkars. Okay, got it? Next comes district. Now the district is divided into pragna. Pragna. Each and every district is further divided into pragna, and pragna is further divided into villages. Okay. Now you can say many villages, when we combine many villages, number of villages, they make one pargana. When we combine parganas, they make districts, then subas, then the whole empire. In any way you can calculate. Now village is the smallest unit of administration. Village is the smallest unit of administration. And who in charge of town administration? Kotwal. Kotwal. And what is the duty of Kotwal? The main duty of the Kotwal is to maintain law and order in the town or city. Okay. So this is the main provincial administration of the Mughal empire. Empire is divided into suba. Suba is divided into districts. Districts are divided into pragnas, and pragnas are further divided into villages. And village is the smallest unit of administration. So you go through the chapter Aurangzeb and write down the character sketch of Aurangzeb in your notebook. So that is all for today. Have a good day.